Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Crowd Learn to Lead. Today we will discuss very important current affairs of 13th of October 2020. You can see here are two very important pictures or two very important current affairs of the day. But today we will discuss 6 to 7 very important current affairs. So I am marking the very important and the most important current affairs. So you can see in the current affairs and watch video till the end. But before proceeding, I want to discuss 2 or 3 things with you. First of all, that is the Affairs Cloud subscription. You can buy Affairs Cloud subscription by two methods. That is our website, that is Affairs Cloud /current affairs, or you can directly go to the description link. There is a link of the Affairs Cloud subscription of the current affairs. What you will get in the subscription? You will get the daily current affairs. You will get the weekly PDF of the current affair that you can see. That is the August month weekly PDFs. You can also give the weekly test. That is very important to evaluate yourself. You will also get the monthly PDFs. There is not only one monthly PDF, there are 5 monthly PDFs. One is the top 100 questions of the month. Second is related to the banking, finance and the economy. This is very useful who are preparing for the banking exam. And there is a one PDF related to the known as the pocket PDF. This is very useful to revise all the current affairs. And next is the question and analysis PDF. This is the all month current affairs in the format of question and answer. So this is very useful technique to prepare for the current affairs, because it is very easy in the it is very easy to remember in the format of question and answer. So these all current affairs are included only in the one subscription for the 1 year time period. And this subscription ends on the 31st of December 2020, and this subscription is provided at very minimal cost. On that minimal cost, we are providing you 10% extra discount if you use this code, that is ASH10. You can use this code in the code area, or you will get the 10% extra discount. Now we are starting our daily discussion of the 30th October of 2020. Here is our first question, most important question, that is what is the rank of India's in commitment to reducing inequality index, or the CRI index 2020. It is the third time that this index released, and you have to tell me what is the rank of India in reducing inequalities. You know, if you see the outer atmosphere that inequalities are reduced, then the rank is better. If you see that inequalities are not reduced, then a rank will be bad. So India's rank, because we are seeing the atmosphere, inequality is not reduced as India committed. So that's why India's rank is very poor. That is the 129th rank. So remember guys, India's rank is 129th. What is the first rank? It means the that is a very equal country, and it is the Norway. Remember, first rank goes to Norway. Remember this. And second rank is related to the Denmark. It means these countries achieved the reducing inequalities targets, that Norway on the first and Denmark on the second. India's rank is the 129th. You can see in the image that India's rank is 129th. Even Pakistan rank is better than India, that is 1 point better, that is the 128. Bangladesh rank is again so much better. Nepal rank is again so much better. Only one country that is you can say high from India, from the neighboring part, that is the Bhutan. Bhutan rank is 146. Otherwise all the countries rank is less than India. So it means it is very important that India is not achieving that target to reduce the inequalities. And you can read this statement also, that India's health budget is the 4th lowest in the world. It means India has spent only 4%. India has spent only 4% of its budget on the health during the pandemic, which is the 4th lowest in the world. So remember this, this is the 4th lowest, and this is very poor thing about India. And even this index marked India are among those nations like Nigeria, Bahrain, the world's most performing countries in tackling inequalities during the pandemic. World's worst countries, world worst performing countries in tackling inequalities during the pandemic. These 3 countries are Nigeria, Bahrain and the India's rank. So guys, please open your eyes and see this image. So remember this news, and this is marked under very important section, that is the inequality index. Next news from the picture, that is the World Bank. World Bank basically defined a report that is known as the school closure report loss. That is the report name, or you can say there is another report known as the beaten or broken. It means we are beaten or broken due to the COVID-19, or the report also suggests that India's school closure loss is almost 400 billion. You can say almost this is the equal amount 420 billion in the future. So this is huge amount that India lost during the school closures. So much loss due to the, you can say, school closure or the education, that is the $420 billion in the future. So it is very important that India amount is so much high. So there is a positive sense also that India also create income from the education. It means that's why the loss is more. So it is also a positive, you can take in the positive sense. Now, most important thing, this is not a question actually. This is basically information. But the question is related to the World Bank. Where is the headquarters of World Bank, guys? Headquarters is Washington DC, and president is David Malpass. So remember David Malpass. Remember this. Move to next question. Who launched the Earthshoot Prize, a new environmental prize with an aim to encourage change and support to repair the planet in the next 10 years? It means till the 2030. Next 10 years means 2030. So the most important keyword is the Earthshoot Prize. That is Earthshot Prize or the Earthshoot Prize. That is again important word, because why this prize is announced? Because we want to just minimize the wastage, like protect and restore nature, clean the air, revive the ocean, reduce waste, fixing the climate. These are the main goals behind this Earthshot Prize. So this is organized, or this will be given by two persons, that is the Britain's Prince William and the Sir David Attenborough. And you all know Sir David Attenborough. He is very famous by the award of, that is Indira Gandhi Peace Prize for the year of 2019. That is won by the Sir David Attenborough. So remember this also. So those both are very important person. Remember, answer should be both A and B. So remember the award name, that is the Earthshot Prize, and it is organized by both the person, that is the Britain William or Prince William or the Sir David Attenborough. So remember both the names. And what about the Sir David Attenborough? That he also received Indira Gandhi Peace Prize for the year 2019. So these are the two or three very important words. You can see here, that is the David Attenborough and Prince William. They launched this Earthshot Day so that wastage can be minimized and the environment can be cleaned by the year 2030. It means by the year of 2030 or the 10 years. Move to next question. How many beaches of India gets international blue flag certificate? Now most important is the blue flag word. This flag basically given to those beaches who are clean, who are well prepared, and who are environment friendly. So this tag is given to those beaches. And how many beaches of India gets this type of the tag? And there are total 8 beaches, guys. So remember the answer, that are 8 beaches. And guys, who is awarding this blue flag certification? There is a organization, Denmark based organization. You have to remember, Denmark based organization named as FEE. So FEE stands for Foundation for Environment Education. And you have to remember one thing more, that India became the first country to be awarded this international blue flag certification for 8 beaches in the one attempt. In the single attempt, India received this 8 beaches blue flag certification. So it was selected by an international jury consisting of eminent members from the United Nations, even United Nations World Tourism Organization, Environment Program, and even Conservation of Nature Program. So these 8 beaches consist of, like you can say that is the Kasargod, the beach that is in Karnataka, Kappad beach in Kerala, Golden Beach in the Odisha, Radhanagar beach in the Andaman Nicobar. But you don't have to remember these all the 8 beaches, but remember how many beaches got the blue flag tag, that is the India. The examiner can ask one more question, that how many Asian countries received blue flag certification? There are only 4 countries who received blue flag certification. One is India, guys, and second is the Japan, third is the South Korea, and fourth one is the that is the United Emirates, not Saudi Arabia, that is the United Emirates. So these are the 4 countries in Asia who received or who conferred with the blue flag certification. So there are total 50 countries who received this blue flag certification. Out of 50, Asian countries are 4. So remember this. So this is the very important news. So mark under very important section, and remember who is providing blue flag certification. That organization name is FEE. So you can remember Foundation for Environment Education, and it is Denmark based company. So you can see here 8 beaches of India gets blue flag certification. Now moving to next question. Who won 2020 Nobel Prize in Economic Science for their work on the auction theory? So remember, most important question, guys, because it is a Nobel Prize related to the economics, and this award given to the two persons, and these two persons are Paul R. Milgrom. You can see here Paul R. Milgrom, and second person is Robert B. Wilson. So remember these two names, that is the Paul R. Milgrom and the Robert B. Wilson. So it means the answer is very simple, that is both A and B. Remember Paul and Robert. These two names are important for the economic, you can say, science Nobel Prize, and they invented a new system, that is the auction theory system. Both designed a new auction format for goods and services that are difficult to sell in a traditional way, such as radio frequencies and other way. So this discovery has benefited sellers, buyers, and the taxpayers globally. So that's why these two persons are awarded with the Nobel, you can say, economic prize. So remember, this economic prize was not started with the other Nobel prizes, because other Nobel prizes like physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and the peace started in 1895. But this economic prize started in the 1968. This question asked in so much exam, so that's why you have to remember. There is a bank, that is the Sweden Central Bank, in 1968 established this economic service prize in the memory of the Alfred Nobel. So remember, this is very important. So mark under very important, and why they get this award for the auction theory. So these are the two very important points under this news. You can see here the images, that is the Paul and that is the Robert. The services, Riksbank services prize in the economic service in memory of the Alfred Nobel. So who gave this award? That is the Sweden Central Bank. That name is the Sveriges Riksbank. Maybe my pronunciation will be wrong, but you can just remember the short name, that is the Sweden Central Bank. For improvement of the auction theory, this word is important because this will be asked. Move to next question. Who launched Nirbhaya cruise missile? That is mark under important section, guys. Who launched Nirbhaya cruise missile? And what is the specialty of the Nirbhaya cruise missile? It is the India's first indigenously developed cruise missile, and it is developed by the Advanced System of Laboratory, that is the ASL laboratories. So this is very important, and it was just trial of the indigenous technology cruise missile, and it is a subsonic missile, can fly at a speed of 0.7 Mach. At a speed of 0.7 Mach, and its range is almost 800 to 1000 kilometer. You have to remember the that is the range, 800 to 100 kilometer, and second, it is tested by the DRDO. So remember, Defense Research and Development Organization. Defense Research and Development Organization. And you can see in the picture, that is the Nirbhaya cruise missile. You can see the Nirbhaya cruise missile in the air, and its range is 800 kilometer to 1000 kilometer. Its speed is so much high, but you can also remember that there is a two-stage mechanism under this cruise missile, that is the two-stage missile. It is powered by the solid rocket booster in the first stage, and in the second stage it is powered by turbofan, turbojet in the second stage. So remember this also. If you want to remember, if you want to detail, then this is the information for you guys. And for the examination point of view, 2 or 3 things you have to remember about this missile. This is a cruise missile. Its range is 800 to 1000 kilometer, and it is developed by the DRDO, and it is the India's first indigenously developed cruise missile. You can be asked by this line, that is India's first indigenous developed cruise missile is the Nirbhaya missile. So this is the main news about. And what about DRDO? DRDO headquarters is New Delhi, because many students are answering at headquarters in the Bengaluru, and chairman is the G. Satish Reddy. G. Satish Reddy. Moving to next question, guys. Who won French Open men's single? This is most important question. Mark under most important. French Open 2020. French Open 2020, guys. It is won by a very famous person. That is the Rafael Nadal. Rafael Nadal. That is Rafael Nadal belongs to Spain. Rafael Nadal belongs to Spain. And who is the runner-up? That is the Novak Djokovic. Both are my favorites. And Novak Djokovic, I think every person who loves the tennis, that two persons are very favorite. Novak Djokovic, that is from Serbia. He was runner-up, but answer is B. Rafael Nadal, that is the French Open. And French Open is a clay court, because it is its sand is like clay. That's why it is played on the clay area. So it is a clay court, and you can say Basha of the clay court is the Rafael Nadal. So remember this also, Rafael Nadal. And a similar question: who won French Open women's singles 2020? And that you can say person is the Iga Swiatek. Iga Swiatek, she won this award, or you can say she won this French Open women's singles from from Sofia Kenin. From Sofia Kenin of Serbia. Both players defeated. That belongs to Serbia. You can see here, Novak Djokovic also belongs to Serbia. He also defeated by the Rafael Nadal. Here is Sofia Kenin. She also defeated by the Iga Swiatek, and Iga Swiatek belongs to the Poland. Belongs to Poland, and Sofia Kenin belongs to Serbia. So remember both the names, women and the men. Move to next questions, guys. And who won 2020 Eiffel Grand Prix? That is a motor race. That is the Eiffel Grand Prix. And guys, this is most important race because it is the 91st win. 91st win of the you can say the person Lewis Hamilton, belongs to Britain. Lewis Hamilton. That is the 91st win. And he equaled Michael Schumacher all-time record of 91st Grand Prix. And I think in the coming months, he will break this record. That is the Michael Schumacher's grand record of the 91 Grand Prix victories. And it means now he's equal to Michael Schumacher's record, that is 91. So this is the 91st win of the Lewis Hamilton. And you can say see the name, that is the Max Verstappen. He was second in this race, and second name is the Daniel Ricciardo. He was third in this race. So remember this also. This is the Eiffel Grand Prix, and this is the 7th win of the Lewis Hamilton in this season. That is the 2020 season. That is the 7th win of Lewis Hamilton. Very huge player. That is the Lewis Hamilton. You can see here Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. That is the, you can see also the Michael Schumacher also. Michael Schumacher and the Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton equals Schumacher record with the 91st win, that is the Eiffel Grand Prix. Going to next question. Who player named as, or the which player named as UEFA Men's Player of the Year for 2019-20? Mark under most important question, guys. Which player, yeah, who player named as UEFA Men's Player of the Year 2019-20? And the answer is Robert Lewandowski. So remember the name again, Robert Lewandowski, or you can remember the name of the last, that is the Lewandowski. He belongs to the Poland country, and this award basically only given to the European club footballers, and it is given for the performance in both club and the national team competition. So this award won by the Robert Lewandowski. So remember the name. Next news from the picture, that is the former India football captain Carlton Chapman passed away. So remember again the name, that is a different name, Carlton Chapman. So remember this. He was, you can remember that he belongs to the football team. So the question can be asked by the examiner that this person belongs to which field who recently passed away. So this is very important. And he was the captain of Indian team when India won the South Asian Football Federation Gold Cup in year of 1997. Even he was very famous because he joined Tata Football Academy as an instructor. So he was very famous due to the Tata Football Academy. So again, the name is very important. That is the Carlton Chapman. Remember, he belongs to the football. Next question again from the picture, that veteran filmmaker, that is the Vijay Reddy, no more. It means he passed away. Vijay Reddy. Very famous Kannada film industry name. You have to remember which industry he belongs to. That is the Kannada industry. It means he belongs to the Andhra Pradesh or the Karnataka, if you want to guess. But he belongs to the Andhra Pradesh. He was very much known for his collaborations with the leading Kannada actor, that is the Rajkumar, for his movies like you can say that is the Mayora. That is very famous movie in the Kannada cinema. And he was also very famous for the directing movies like Anantnag or the Shankarnag, very famous movies. So remember the name, that is the Vijay Reddy, and belongs to the Kannada film directory or the Kannada film industry. Move to next question. Which state has become the first state in India to make the public education sector completely digital? That is again very important, or the most important question, because it is the first state in India to make the public education sector completely digital. And the answer is very simple state, that is the Kerala, because if you see the literacy rate, that is the highest in the Kerala. So that's why Kerala become the first state of India to make the public education sector completely digital. Even they are distributing almost 4 lakh digital devices to the 16,000 schools. They are establishing high-tech labs in the schools so that the digital education can be enhanced. They are also increasing the accessibility of high-speed broadband connections. So by this combination, all the public schools can be completely digital. So remember, the state name is the Kerala. And also in August, Kerala also become the first state who started fully fledged marine ambulance. That name is the Parthiksha. So remember this also. Kerala is again very famous because there is a Anaimudi National Park. There is a Anaimudi Peak, that is the highest peak of the western coast. There is a Iravikulam National Park. There is a Silent Valley National Park. There is a Periyar National Park. So much important. There is a Mathiketan Shola National Park. Again important. There is a Idukki Wildlife Sanctuary. There is a Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. Again very important. Kerala state is very much important. Moving to next question, guys. You can see in the picture that Kerala has become the first state having high-tech classrooms and its public education. So remember, it is the first state. Move to next question, and this question is Rajnath Singh lays foundation stone for Nachifu Tunnel, or you can say Nishifu Tunnel. This tunnel lies in which state? This tunnel belongs to which state? So tell me answer, guys, within 5 seconds. This is again very important because Rajnath Singh ji virtually inaugurate 44 bridges that were built by the Border Road Organization. But they also lay foundation stone for this Neshifu tunnel. If I am wrong in the spelling, please correct me. That is the Neshifu tunnel. So remember this. Remember the name, that is the Neshifu. It is a 450 meter long tunnel and it will connect the Tawang area of the Arunachal Pradesh. So this is again important, and this is inaugurated by Rajnath Singh, and answer is the Arunachal Pradesh. You guys have to tell me in the comment box that which river enters from Arunachal Pradesh in India. What is the name of the river? And don't tell me the name that is renowned by all persons, but tell me the name which is a unique name in the Arunachal Pradesh. So tell me that name. So remember, guys, you have to comment me in the comment box. You can see here Rajnath Singh lays foundation stone for the Neshifu tunnel, that is in Arunachal Pradesh. Move to next question. It is the World Arthritis Day. That is the you can say that is the Gutna Day, or you can say that is the knee day. 12th of October 2020. It is celebrated, and the theme is "It's in your hands, take action." It means your health is in your hand, so you have to take action. That's why this day is celebrated. That is the World Arthritis Day. So why this day is celebrated? It is just to create awareness about the musculoskeletal diseases and to share information and support the patients and their you can say caregivers. The first World Arthritis Day was celebrated in 1996. That is on the same day, that is on the 12th of October 1996. And now you have to remember the theme, that it's in your hand, take action. If you don't take action, then you will suffer from the arthritis. So just take action if you're feeling the or if you are in the condition of the arthritis. So moving to next question, it is most important day. Remember, this is the most important day. That is the International Day of the Girl Child. International Day of the Girl Child. This is celebrated on 11th of October. You have to remember that is the Amitabh Bachchan birthday on the 11th October. So you can remember by his birthday. That is the International Day of the Childhood. It is my technique to remember. You can remember by your own, or you can remember by with my technique. So it is just to recognize the rights of the girls and to promote the empowerment and the fulfillment of their human rights. The day also highlights the need to address the challenges faced by them around the world. That's why the theme is My Voice, Our Equal Future. So it means the girl and the boy have equal chances and should have equal chances on the earth, and that's why there is a voice of girl that are equal future. So the theme you have to remember, My Voice, Our Equal Future. So Odisha government also launched a program, that is the Advika. You can remember this, that ADVIKA. Advika for adolescent girls aged between 10 to 19 years of the state. And many states started so many programs regarding the International Day of the Girl Child. Even in Finland, for one day, I covered this news on the 11th and the 12th of October, that Finland, one girl that is just 16-year-old become a prime minister for just one day. So it is just to promote the International Day of the Girl Child, or the equality status between the man and the woman. So this is very important. Next is the World Obesity Day. You can say it is very much problem in India as well as in the developed countries. So it is just to raise awareness about the obesity, or you can say that it is just to encourage advocacy and improve policies on that is the obesity. So this is very important, because if your health is not good, then you can't do anything. So first of all, your health should be good, and due to coronavirus, all knows that health is wealth. This you can say this very much important line, that health is wealth. And what is the theme? That is the roots of the obesity run deep. Now it is going deep because of the fast food chain, because of the fast food, because of our lifestyle. So this goes very deep. So that's why the theme is the roots of the obesity runs deep, and it is celebrated on again 11th of October 2020. Move on to next question, and it is again from picture, that transforming rural India. Pradhan Mantri Modi to launch physical distribution of property cards, under Swamita scheme. It means Modi ji personally distributed this legal document of owning land, their houses, under the survey of villages, mapping with improvised technology in the village areas. That is the Swamita. Swamita means survey of villages and mapping with improvised technology in the village area, like drone system. By the drone system, you can map the villages. So this is all. There are around 1 lakh beneficiaries of Haryana, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Uttarakhand, and Uttar Pradesh. But there are so many to attach now. But there are 1 lakh beneficiaries whose ownership given to them. So this is by the Prime Minister Modi. That is the Swamita Yojana. So remember, this is just not a news. This is just a information. Moving to next, and it is our last section, that is this news not to remember, just read this news. That is INS Sahyadri and Kora are declared as the best ships in the Fleet Award Function 2020. Just remember the name, that is INS Sahyadri and the INS Kora and the Sahyadri. Next, Exim Bank supported the country of Zimbabwe for you can say repowering of Hwanje Thermal Power Station, or the Hwanje Thermal Power Station. Earlier in the last class, you also seen that Exim Bank also supported the Maldives, but now it is supporting the Zimbabwe. Next again, AIF announces India football, that is the forward together. That is Indian football forward together is a new motto of the you can say All India Football Federation. Indian football forward together. You can remember this also. Tamil Nadu signs 14 MOU worth rupees, not important. So these news are not so much important, but it can be asked if examiner is so much rude, then he can ask this type of question. So guys, please don't remember these news, just read these news, so that by option you can pick the option. So this is all for today. And if you like this video, please subscribe this channel, and guys, please provide 300 likes so that we can make more videos on the more content. And it is Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence on the general awareness section, and it is my personal promise. Every day I promise you that if you watch our videos 1 month for 1 month daily, and if you are reading our current affairs from PDF, both if you are doing for 1 month, then your current affair section will go strong and your accuracy in the current affair will improve. Thank you again for watching this video, and take care guys. Have patience, and you will clear exam one day. Thank you very much.